The tedious bull market grinds on. Hi, this is Dean Jenkins from followmetrades.com, and this is the weekly market update for the week coming up of August 22nd, 2016. Well, we did grind out a new high on Monday in the S&P 500. It put in a intraday and a closing high, but really nothing to write home about. And you can see the market is trading in a very narrow range, like it did back in July and into early August. But if you look here at the current range of this, the trading range here, man, it's narrow. It is tight. And we did grind out a new high on Monday, but nothing to write home about, nothing impressive. As I said before, this is kind of the end of a five-wave sequence using Elliott wave. Wave 3 up here, wave 4 down, and then up into this target zone between these two lines. It did grind out a new high, but certainly nothing very impressive. And what's going to happen next? Hard to say, but it may continue up, put in a few, again, very incremental highs. But we've also got significant support from the Ichimoku cloud. The cloud is at its thickest part right now, and it's predicting support, so we may pull back to this. So really tough market in terms of trying to trade any kind of trend. We just have to wait it out and see what happens. Again, we may put in more highs. Eventually it'll correct down, but there's no evidence of that yet, and we just have to really wait. So this is something to be endured. It's really not very exciting to think about getting long, because again, it's not going to go very much higher. There's not much probability of that, and it's not showing signs of correcting yet, so it meanders. Not a great market, but we don't get to choose the market. We just trade the realities of it. And eventually there will be signals of something coming up, and I'll provide updates on that. But for now, completely unclear and not very exciting, at least on the major indexes. Now, on oil, totally different story. So let's take a look at that. So here's the crude oil futures contract on a daily chart. Here's something to write home about. We had said way back here at 37.09 that we thought the recovery was beginning. It moved up very strongly. It pulled back pretty sharply, but according to Elliott wave, this was a 3, this is a 4, and it did not exceed the parameters for a 4, and we were looking for a reversal, and we got it down here, and now it's headed strongly up for a few weeks in a row. It just broke through the Elliott wave cloud, and so we think the recovery in oil is going to continue now, and it's going to head up above the low 60s, maybe into the low 80s. Now, of course, it won't go in a straight line like this forever. It'll pull back into a lower low, and then a lower high, lower low, lower high. But we're getting excited about oil and looking for some long trades in it now. So that's pretty good news. That's probably where the action is going to be in the short term. Here's a look at gold. We have been saying for a few weeks we think the top has been put in gold, and that is proving to be probably accurate. This may have been the high, at least in the near term for gold. So we put in a lower low, lower high, and we're heading lower now. Does have pretty good support, so it may meander for a while, just like the indexes are doing. But before too long, we think gold's going to be heading down a little bit, and we'll be looking for that. Now, once the markets do start correct, there'll probably be another sequence up in gold, but there's no sign of that starting yet. So I wish I had more exciting news on the market, but again, it is what it is. It is, we take what the market gives us. Now, we do have some big news coming up. Pretty heavy news week coming up, start on next week. Starting on Tuesday, new home sales. Then Wednesday, house price index. We've got existing home sales. Of course, always the oil report, and that'll cause some drama. And then on Thursday, jobless claims. On Friday, GDP. So that could cause some things to move, and we'll have to see which way it moves it. And I look forward to giving the update next week. So for now, we just have to kind of endure this market and see what it brings. Thanks, and we'll catch you next week. Bye for now.